Alright, welcome back. Today I want to go over Adobe Bridge. I know some of you use it, some of you don't, and I would like to impress upon you the importance of using Adobe Bridge in your daily workflow. And to do this, the first thing I want you to do is go up under Preferences, and under Advanced we're going to check this box here that says Start Bridge at Login. So every time you log in, Bridge should open automatically. Now this is an option for you. I would suggest doing it so that you get in the habit of seeing what Bridge is and what Bridge can do. Okay? I have this checked so that it launches all the time because I use it in my daily workflow. And in this video tutorial, we are going to download. We've taken the images, they're on our camera. We've hooked our camera up via a USB cable. And now we're going to download those images off our camera, tell Bridge where we want to store them. We're going to back up our images off our camera into another folder. We're going to rename them as we download. We're going to apply copyright information, and we're going to apply a metadata template that will put keywords, client contact information, everything about this job will be automatically applied to each image that is downloaded from your camera. Now, that's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? And most of you may use card readers. Most of you may use, some of you may use the proprietary software that comes with your camera. That's fine if that's what you're comfortable working with. I just want to show you the strength of Bridge and its abilities to manage your digital assets. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we do, we have our camera hooked up, like I said. We're going to go up here to this photo downloader button. It says Get Photos from Camera, and we're going to click on it. And it's going to launch a window here, and this is the window that we're going to be working in. And there's a couple of windows that we have. If we click down here on the standard dialog, this may be the window that you're seeing upon launching it or upon clicking that download button. I'm going to ask that you go ahead and click on this advanced dialog. Same windows, it's just that now we have the ability to choose the images that we want to download. So the first thing you're going to do is get photos from where? And you're going to click on here, and hopefully your camera is listed up here. Alright, so we're going to choose our camera, and then we're going to be given this visual display of all the images on our camera. Now some of you, I know just from teaching classes, have thousands of images on your camera. You never reformat, you never take images off, and I'm suggesting that once you get your images downloaded and get them off your camera, then I would go ahead and reformat that camera. Make sure you're always starting with a clean slate on that sensor. And then always have just one job on your camera. Now, I know some of these are personal cameras and you have tons of images. This is how I would suggest doing it. All right, here's the photo shoot for the Pantech cell phone that we did for a class. And you can click down here, you'll see we can say uncheck all, and then we can check individual images. And I wish this was a little bit better. I think it's a little clunky, but it works. So we can either select individuals, or we can just come down here and say check all. And if you hold down Shift, it will let you select in between. So if I say uncheck all and I click on this one, I can command click, I'm sorry, I can shift click. So if I click this one and shift click this one, it will select all the images in between. Alright, we are going to go ahead and download all of them off our camera. And the first thing we need to do is we need to come over here and choose a location. And I think most of you know what this is all about. So we're going to choose a location to download these images to. I'm going to download them to my desktop. And I am going to put them into a new folder. And we'll call this Bridge 1. Say OK. And then inside that folder, if we want to create a subfolder, we can. We just click on here. We can say a custom name. We could say a subfolder with today's date, the shoot date, whatever we want to do. So we'll say custom name, and I'll call this Pantech Shoot. So now we're going into a folder called Bridge 1. It's on my desktop. We're putting it into a subfolder called Pantech Shoot. Okay, and it's telling us right here. And then it's saying rename files. So how do we want to rename each one of these images? All right, well, we could say do not rename files. We could put today's date, custom name with the date. Same as subfolder. So there's all of these presets that we can do, or we can just say an advanced rename. And this is kind of a good way to get exactly what you want. So I'm going to say the text, I want it to be Pantech underscore, Pantech underscore, and then the date created, yes, I'll say date created, and I just want to know the year that it was created. And you'll see down here, Pantech, and we're going to go 4 digits. Pantech 2011, and then I want an underscore, so I like the underscores in between my names, so I'll put an underscore, and then we're going to start with a sequence of 0, and we want to carry this out, 3 digits will work. So we'll see this is how the new file name is going to be presented. And we'll say OK. So we have the subfolder. We've got the advanced rename here. And we'll see here that the example is going to be Pantech 2011 underscore 000. And we'll say, yes, we want to open an Adobe Bridge after you download it. We could convert all these images to Ding if we wanted to. We can delete the original files off your camera. I would suggest not doing this. We want to make sure that the download works before we delete any files off of our camera. And we could also save copies too. So if you wanted to back up all of your images during this download, we could say save copies to. And I'll choose a different hard drive. This is my archive drive. And I'll say new folder, and I'll say archive Pantech underscore 2011. Okay, so we'll create that, and we'll say open. And so now we're not only are we going to download all this information, rename it, put it in a custom folder, but we're going to archive it and back it up into this new folder. All right. And the cool thing about this is we can put the creator on here. I'm say Eric underscore Lindley, and I'll say copyright. Let's see, Eric Option G on a Mac gives you that copyright symbol, and I'll say 2012. So I would suggest if you do nothing else, and this is the information that I would like to see you get onto your images. This copyright is important to have on every one of your images, and Bridge allows you to do it right here during the download. Now once you get comfortable with this, and once we talk a little bit more about Bridge, we can create a template inside Bridge and apply that metadata template. I have one here called Eric Ivy Tech. So once I apply this Eric Ivy Tech metadata template, whatever I have created on this template will be applied to each image, and it's much more robust than just putting copyright and the author on there. We can put contact information, phone numbers, addresses, client information, keywords into this template, and it will apply this template as we are downloading. All right? All right, so I think we have it all filled out. We're ready to go. We are going to download all of these images. So if you had hundreds of images from a wedding, this would be very, very handy. You could have a template with your client's name on it and the contact information, and apply it to all these images all at one time. I think we're ready to go. We'll say Get Media. It's going to process everything depending on the size of your RAW files, your JPEGs, your capture, and the quantity. It's going to go pretty quick since I'm only asking it to archive or download 34. So I would encourage you to explore the possibilities of Bridge. It is certainly something that you're going to want to incorporate in your daily workflow. Okay, it's launched Bridge, and we'll see over here now on my desktop. We've got a folder here called Pantech Shoot. Or sorry, Bridge 1 was the folder that we put it in. Our subfolder was Pantech Shoot. And if I go down here, I think I put it on my working drive. And I said something about archive Pantech 11. So now on this, I've got it in two places. I've got it in my folder, and I've automatically archived it. So right there is all my images backed up in RAW format. And if anything happens to that original file, I've already got it saved and backed up. So this is going to save you tons of time in the long run. So play around with it, get comfortable with it, and try to incorporate it into your daily workflow. All right, thank you for watching, and I appreciate all your comments. I will see you down the road once again inside another video tutorial.